and I just went into a map and somebody named Empty, and his skin was all black.
Okay, so at the time I'm recording this incident just happened the other day. So if you don't know, or you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail of the video, there is a hacker named Empty that was patrolling around Yeeps the other day and giving out unreleased blocks. And I will tell you all you need to know about him and what he did. First, we're going to go back into the past and look at 4 days before this incident. Graduation update just came out in Yeeps and everybody's having a good time. And in my Discord server, which you should totally join by the way, me and my friends decided to look through the files and see what all there was in the graduation update. And there are some noteworthy additions for these blocks. These were a frog, a lemon, and most importantly, and what we're going to talk about today, the huge Yeeps block. And as silly as it sounds, it's actually a real block that was in the game files when the graduation update came out. It's a giant 80 by 80 block that fills the entire map. And as implied, it just says the word Yeeps. And so when me and my friends initially found this, we kind of laughed it off, you know, it's funny, but like it's not that important. And that brings us to yesterday. Yesterday at about 3 PM CST, we see this message in the Discord. And I will read it aloud to you right now. At Nathan. There's a hacker in Yeeps. He's giving people blocks that say Yeeps and his color is straight black. And he did something where you can't add him or report him. And my game is just crashed, so every lobby I go to doesn't work. I have no idea what's happening.
Admins, or anybody, moderators, Nathan, Steven, like owners or whatever. I need your help with this one block. It's a yacht sign, and I just went into a map and somebody named Empty, and his skin was all black, but his eyes. And he was just giving this out. It's one block here, let me show you. It takes up the whole map and you can't place anything. I'm scared, I don't know what to do with it.
Eventually Nathan hears this and just kind of brushes it off as not a serious incident because it really wasn't. Here's another message that she said though. Yeah, there's a guy who's straight black and he's giving out blocks the size of maps that say Yeeps. Initially, a lot of people just laughed it off as being some sort of joke, as there wasn't a lot of proof at the time, until we see this screenshot. This screenshot depicts a black Yeep that's just pitch black, and their name is Empty. And as you can see in the photo, the guy that's taking the photo is holding the Yeeps block, and that's what I'll show you today. And as you can see, this thing is just colossal in size. Like you actually have to travel with a firework to actually see this. So I'll give you a full upfront view of what the Yeeps block looks like. Yep. And yep, that's what it looks like. But even with the screenshots and the convincing story, people were still not convinced. Of course, all the little kids are gonna be like, oh, there's a hacker in Yeeps and he's giving up the blocks! But there is really no concrete evidence. But then we realized something. A developer did not give out the block. And it actually seems like this was not a developer's doing. Someone actually used a DLL, which is a mod file, to change their color and go in lobbies as Empty and give out these hacked blocks. Now there has been no recorded video footage of this guy. We only have this one picture to go off of. But if you consider the fact that a developer did not give out this block, it could be very likely that this was his doing. Now obviously, as I said earlier, when people find out that there's been a hacker in the game giving out unreleased blocks, they're gonna freak out. Yesterday the Discord was rampant with people like, OMG, Yeeps is getting hacked, OMG! But as of right now, Yeeps is fine. But I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what people actually saw on that day. So I contacted Spaceman, the first person to ever mention Empty, and this is what he had to say. I have no other knowledge about him, but I know one thing, there's 2 of them. And immediately I'm like, 2? There's no way that 2 developers just teamed up and did this, right? After all, it's normally someone like Jack that would give out blocks like this. I don't think a developer would team up with Jack to actually do a stunt like this. So I keep on chatting with him and he says this. I forgot their names, but here's like their starting stuff. Now obviously I won't leak the person that he said because I don't want you guys to bomb them with information basically. But it seems like there were actual witnesses to this event. Okay, now I know that I dragged this video on for maybe a little bit too long. I don't have any more additional information about this guy because in general he was generally harmless. But there can be a problem with this. If two people found out how to access the files and grant themselves hacker permissions, what's stopping others from doing the same? And as you can see, this could potentially create a problem for Yeeps. If this wasn't just some giant stunt by developers, the game's safety could potentially be at risk. And as you heard from the testimony, there was no way to actually report this guy or do anything with him on the menu. So this is just a safety warning in Yeeps. If you see another incident like this, make sure to record and post it on the Discord. A developer will in fact take action from this. Also, I'd like to say that this isn't really a hacker, it's more like a modder. But modders could still potentially be bad for the game. And that's all you need to know about Empty the Hacker. Did I miss anything? Let me know. And as always, if I made a mistake in this video, feel free to comment anything. And if you have more information, please comment something. But that's about it about this incident. See ya!
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no.